Hey everyone, how about here? Bringing a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds for the first ever LR Super EZA in Prime Battle LR Tech Super Saiyan Goku. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So alas, our first ever Super EZA LR is here, and it makes sense that it is going to be a free-to-play unit before they do summonable LRs, which I think all of us really wanted. The STR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly LR to Super EZA during the Worldwide Celebration. But hey, you know what? Let's take it slow here. Let's get these free-to-play units out of the way first before we can go into summonable units. Now, this is going to be different to Super EZA, this unit, versus all the other ones that we've experienced with the Dokkan Festival exclusives, given that this is a Prime Battle unit. And given that this is a Prime Battle unit, you're going to have to Super EZA this unit going into the Prime Battle event. So for you newer players out there, or people that just never have done this for some apparent reason, it's a lot easier now to go ahead and Prime Battle these LRs. Whereas back in the day, man, it was a grind. But now it's fairly easy to to EZA this unit, and now Super EZA, they created this level 5 super extreme stage here. All the rules are just generally going to apply just like everything else on here, so the grind shouldn't be too much. And I think again, everyone should complete this and will complete this. For those who want to do multiple copies for some apparent reason, feel free to as well. There are some missions here to go ahead and capture more of these medals. So again, it's up to you to have fun with this free-to-play unit. And here's the thing, this is a very viable free-to-play unit in today's meta here. No, it's not totally busted, but it is an incredible unit for a free-to-play unit for everybody. And that's really why I like these upgrades here. So let's go ahead and break it down. And of course, this unit here is already EZA'd, so and being an LR EZA, the stats never change. And when this unit came out initially, these were huge stats, right? Over 20,000 in HP, over 20,000 in attack, and over 13,000 in defense. But now these days, this is pretty regular. You're probably seeing more HP, even more defense, up to 15,000, 16,000, and then attack when it's over 20,000. We're very happy about that. So ultimately, it's very solid here. So let's take a closer look. And of course, being an EZA unit, it's already EZA'd its leader skill and its super attacks here in the 12 key and the 18 key. However, a Super EZA, all it does is change the passive skill on here. It doesn't change anything else. And given that the leader skill here is pretty much worthless, right? Super class 90% across the board, and extreme class 70%. So let's not go over that too much. 12 key super attack here greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy. And then the ultra super attack, the 18 key, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and then causes an attack, raises allies attack by 30% and chance of performing critical hit by 10% for 1 turn. So it is a semi-support here, and generally you're going to run this unit in second position, so your floater unit could get a nice little boost here. Now, I did leave in the passive skill here, the before Super EZA. This right here is already an easy hate stat. Look at how absolutely weak this is, right? Comparable to today's meta. Attack defense 59%, key +3 plus an additional defense 59% as the first attack of the turn, plus an additional 59% attack when performing ultra super attack, and then all allies key +3 when attacking extreme class enemies. They added so much more, right? So first and foremost, the unconditional boost to attack and defense is up 100%, so 159% versus 59% there. Then you have a double boost here depending on your position. So key +3, an additional 159% to defense, and a great chance of guarding attacks. This is very important. It's a 70% chance for you to guard or possibly die. So very important for you to be in the first or second position for this defensive mechanic. And then key +3, an additional attack 159%, and great chance of launching additional super attack if you're in the second or third attack of the turn. So that's the reason why you want to be in the second position, to get both the defense the great chance to guard, and the attack, and then the great chance of launching additional super attack. Huge benefits there. So unfortunately, it does have these stipulations, and it's not just totally unconditional, or this unit would be tremendously broken. But for a free-to-play unit, absolutely it is broken for a free-to-play unit. So plus an additional attack and defense for 159% when performing an ultra super attack. That should be fairly easy to get with all these key boost here, and then all allies key +3, and then plus an additional attack and defense 30% for superclass allies. So it is a support unit there as well, so a huge value. And then all attacks effective against all types when attacking superclass enemies, and then performs critical hit when attacking extreme class enemies here. So one of the goofy things about this unit, because it's such an old unit, it has only 6 link skills. So Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, First Awaken, Family Ties, Legendary Power. I am not sure why or how difficult it is to add an additional link, especially for older units like this, where, you know, adding the 7th link would be hugely beneficial. I can see this in the future. They're adding more links, or up to maybe 8 to 10 links or something like that, to increase the power of future units. Maybe if they do something higher than Super EZA. So we'll see what they end up actually doing that. But again, only 6 links here. Categories, it's on quite a bit of categories. Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, Final Trump Card, Turtle School, Bond of Friendship, Bond of Parent and Child, Earthbred Fighters, and Power of Wishes. I didn't show all these. I'm going to go over a few of these categories here, but when you think about some of these teams, man, if they can just get a better leader, these teams are just going to be so OP, especially Earthbred Fighters. If we get a 200% that can deal with the current meta, I think that could be easily one of the best teams in the game. And then Bond of Parent and Child. Remember when this category came out with LRGG, right? And that's just kind of long been forgotten, but there's a lot of amazing units on that team here. Same thing for Bond of Friendship. So out of all these, I actually just went into some teams that we were on kind of the top 10 list. So given that, you look at the Vegeta's Family Super Saiyans team here, this actually could be an option where if you don't have Evolution Vegeta, or if you don't have the EZA Super Gogeta here, this could be a nice alternative in the second position there, right? And it's going to run at 200%, being a Super Saiyan and Pure Saiyans unit on here. So on this team, it helps out very well if you don't have particular units to run. On the LRGGT team, it's a little more difficult, because generally you kind of want LRGGT in the second position until they go standby, right? And or if you float them down here, you have to use some of these other units on here. So if you don't have this Goku or this Gohan here, Family Kamehameha Gohan, you might run in the first position. So, but you want this boost, the 100, the double 77% boost here on this position. So it's tough to go ahead and use this. And if you're running this on a floater position, remember, you're not going to get that defense of boost and guard. So I don't know if this runs very well on this team here. And are you going to run it just in first position? Probably not. So not probably very ideal to run it on LRGGT team. Pure Saiyans, however, yeah, you can just slot them in the second position, because you do have already amazing first position units that you can run. And again, any team that needs a second position unit, this is going to be a very welcome unit on here. If you look at the Gohan, so the LRGGT and then the Kamehameha, you do have the same problem where you're okay, do I just run this as a floater until standby and run this unit here in the second position, or just not you run it at all because you don't want it as floater, or kind of don't run it in first position? So again, it could be in a sense very problematic to run this unit on this team right here. So let's look at then the final one that I said, this technically is not a top 10 team anymore, but this unit here actually can run at 200%. Look at everybody here that's running only at 170% here. This can run at 200% because it's not only Power Wishes, but it's also Final Trump Card. So again, you can slot them here in one of these positions on here. So again, the Super EZA Super Saiyan Goku here is just an alternate unit that if you don't have a particular unit you want to run on certain teams, this can be a nice fill-in for a free-to-play unit on here. Again, not the best, but can be serviceable. So anyway, there you have it, boys and girls. That's the breakdown, a few little team builds here for this free-to-play first ever super EZA. Pretty excited about that. So if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.